昔々、日本の山の中で秘密な芸者の世間が隠れていました。その芸者たちは数学の芸者と呼ばれていました。数学の芸者は数学に関する美術と科学の達人としてそれぞれの勉強を了してきれいな音楽と踊りも作りました。数学の芸者は他の芸者より一番きれいな民族でしとやかだと言われていました。彼らは平和で山の頂上の近くにある地域で暮らしながら子供たちに秘密な数学の術を教えたりしていました。しかし、数学の芸者たちの孔明で普通の芸者たちが焼き餅を焼き始めてしまいました。それで普通の芸者たちは数学の芸者たちのところへ行って秘密な術を学ぼうと頼みたかった。それでも拒否されてしまいました。数学の芸者たちの意見で秘密な術を世間に逃すとどういうふうに使われるかどうかわからなくて術を逃さないように秘密を守ることにしました。この拒否のせいで普通の芸者たちが怒ってしまいました。それで数学の芸者たちが無礼で高慢ちきな人たちだとみなされてしまいました。普通の芸者たちの民族の一つが特に数学の芸者たちの拒否で怒らせてしまって大切な秘密な術が書いてある本を盗むことにしました。一晩中深い暗闇で覆い隠されて普通の芸者たちの暗殺者が山の中へ来てケイデンを盗んでしまいました。その夜暗殺者たちが数学の芸者のみんなを殺してしまいました。運よく数学の芸者たちがそういう危なげに民族を守るためずっと前から準備をしておきました。世の中の嫉妬が彼らのところまで来るのは運命だと言われていました。だからその前の日子供たちとケイデンを隠してみんなを船に乗らして川の流れで危なさを逃げるように送っておきました。その夜船にいる子供たちは振り返ると自宅が燃え立っているのが見られました。一生そこで知った愛情と親切さに戻れるのはできないと知っていました。それでこういう出来事がもう起こらないように数学の術を磨くことにしました。その時から数学の芸者たちが数学の忍者たちとみんなに呼ばれていました。1世紀ぐらい森の奥深いところで無事に暮らしていました。しかし最近変な病気が現れてしまいました。子供たちが眠りに落ちたら全然起きられないという病気です。今までその地域でいる治療者の誰もその病気を治すことができません。数学の術も病気に対して何も効かない。何の見込みもないはずですけど、病人を治すため治療法の探検を全然諦めない。これからの道長くて辛いと知っていても成功当たるのを思い定めている。数学の忍者たちによると数学より価値が高いのは家族だけです。
Welcome to Shiko and Hodaka.
But I'm sure we were absolutely silent this time.
No way you could have heard us.
Children, you may be the most skilled in the village, but you still do not yet know all of the ways of stealth. Come, sit.
Why have you called us here, Master?
I think I may have found a cure.
What?
But that's impossible. All of the healers in the country have come, and none of them have been able to cure the children.
Perhaps there is another way. See this.
A ninja tournament?
With all due respect, Master.
How is fighting in a tournament going to help?
Well, why don't you study the poster a bit more carefully?
To the winner goes... 1 magical healing elixir?
Yes.
I do believe that the magical healing elixir will be able to cure the children.
That's amazing. Think of all the things we could do with that.
Yes, not only could we cure the children, but we'd be able to save those who are injured beyond repair. All you have to do is enter the tournament and win. You are the best ninja in the village. You are the only ones who have a chance.
Very well, Master. We will take on this task and win the elixir for the village.
Yes, we will not fail you, Master.
Ah, youth these days. They ran off without finishing their keep.
夜空の流れ星の光で僕たちの投影が湖に映っている。みんなで長い冒険の始め、夜空が僕たちを守ってくれる。深夜でこっそりと船に乗ろう。子孫の未来が宝物でしょう。山の裏で素敵な秘密が隠れていた数学の美術。深夜でこっそりと船に乗ろう。子孫の未来が宝物でしょう。暗闇の中長い冒険、真理の力を求めてゆこう。Welcome all to the Lotus Blade Ninja Tournament held in the Kyoto Stadium. My name is Nakamura Suzume, and I am the announcer for this tournament. I am also the ninja coordinator, so if you have any problems or concerns, please come see me. Your names have been logged, and even as I speak, the tournament tree is being drawn up. It will be explained in your rooms virtually, just to keep the element of surprise. But before we start, let's go over the rules. Rule 1. All battles are 2-on-2 and fought in a single section of the stadium. That means no calling in allies with ninjutsu. Rule 2. No lethal force. This includes poisons and drugs of a high enough dosage to kill and pushing other contestants into deep holes so that they break their necks. Now, if anyone dies, the one responsible will be disarmed and tortured to death. So please, do be careful. Battles will continue either until one of the team is unable to battle or until the time limit is reached. A team is considered unable to do battle if both members are severely wounded or unconscious. The time limits are as follows. Preliminaries, 6 hours. Semifinals, 12 hours. The final match has no official time limit, but wrapping it up within a week is suggested. All battles will take place in our state-of-the-art subterranean battle complex. Stages are generated through a combination of holographic imagery and physical terrain. Please be careful, as some hazards are quite real. We have made every effort to make our stages as safe as possible, but there is always the chance that something could go wrong. You will be guided to the stage you will be fighting on by an attendant half an hour before the fight is due to start. You can use this half hour to ready yourselves. You are allowed to bring anything into the stadium with you, provided it is not alive, has a blast radius of less than 20 feet, and can be used in a non-lethal manner. Poisons and drugs are included, but please do remember to moderate your dosages. We don't want to have to punish anyone after all. That would put a damper on this whole tournament. To aid in this, you will each be given bands to attach to your weapons that generate a small force field. The most you can get from a force-banded weapon is a bruise or a broken bone, so don't worry too much. Please take this time to accustom yourself to the area, but there are certain places you are not allowed to go. The arena complex is forbidden when you are not fighting, as well as any door that is locked. You are also forbidden to go into the rooms assigned to your opponents, even if expressly invited. Curfew is 10 p.m., and you are expected to be in your rooms by no later than 10:30. But before you leave, we have a special presentation for you. The exalted geisha herself, Tsumetai Natsumi.
Greetings and welcome to my humble tournament. I hope that you will all enjoy yourselves, as the purpose of this tournament is not in the fighting itself, but in the grace and beauty of your style. I will be watching over every battle personally, and I hope that you will show me and the world your most elegant techniques. Thank you and goodbye.
You now have some time to familiarize yourself with this area. The first battles aren't until tomorrow, but please don't be late if you are in the first rotation. You will be directed to your rooms by attendants, and please remember the primary rule of this tournament: no killing. This includes competitors, staff, and members of the audience. I hope you have a good time at the tournament.
Greetings, my name is Kuroyama Jinsei.
Sorry I'm late.
And this is my partner, Murasaki Karasu.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise, my name is Hasoke Hotaka, and this is Reite Toshiko.
You move like experienced fighters. I look forward to facing you in the arena.
Thank you, I suppose. You look quite experienced yourself.
Yes, I have been in this business a very long time, but there is always room for improvement.
Indeed, the ratio of talent to years active increases exponentially after the first 5 years.
Oh, why is that?
Most amateur ninja die within the first 5 years of active duty, and the older a ninja gets, the more they value their own life, so they train more.
Interesting. I've never heard it put quite that way before. Most ninja would simply say that as you age, your wisdom grows.
Well, our village has always taken pride in our skill with numbers.
That sounds fascinating. It will be interesting to face such a logical clan on the battlefield.
Attention ninja. It is now time to proceed to your rooms, because important information will be given when you arrive.
It was nice meeting you.
Yes, nice meeting you.
If you'd follow me, please.
Wait, didn't you just...
We are all clones. It's simply easier that way.
Okay then.
This will be your room for the duration of your stay here. Please don't hesitate to tell any one of us if something is not to your liking.
You are sleeping on the floor.
Okay.
If I may have your attention for just a little longer, it is time to explain the tournament truth. As you can see, the tournament is arranged in 2 brackets, east and west. Your team is in the west bracket, along with the following teams. Your first battle will be against ATN. When you arrive, you will be given a brief overview of your opponents. Your first battle is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. An attendant will escort you to the elevators at 9:30, so please be here. Thank you for your time, and please remember to enjoy yourselves.
4.
Right.
Welcome to the lecture tournament petals. I am the guy that runs this facility. I will be informing you about your opponents and providing you with information regarding the tournament. If you have any questions, simply speak my name and direct your questions to the nearest exit sign in your vicinity. Your first match begins in 2 minutes. Your opponents are Saito Koji and Saito Yuji from Futagaza Village. They excel at synchronized attacks and speed. Their weak points are dexterity and poor balance. Experience weapons such as the machine katana, which excel at attack speed, but are weak for attack range. The stage you will be fighting on is stage 01, Lake Shore. It is located in a thick forest and centers around the large lake. Hazards include unstable footing and water. You will be released in 40 seconds.
Your opponents will be released at the same time as you, but on the opposite side of the stage. Please remember that this is all televised, so conduct yourselves accordingly. At times you may hear Suzume narrating to those who are watching.
15 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You may proceed. I hope you enjoy this match. I will be watching with great interest.
Aha! I knew they'd be around here somewhere. Now that we've found them, we can defeat them in no time. But we are faster.
Sen no formula no jutsu.
Should we do it now? No, not yet. Come on. Let's go.
Hoteshiki Sakugan Tate no Jutsu.
Okay, let's get serious now, Yuji. Okay then, Koichi. Surudoi kori no yo ni junsui. Nama tetsu nado kurai. Hakkin kado. Aneksukai. Shin hanishinka.
My equation-inducing shield can absorb any attack, as long as it's energy-based. Of course, if you'd actually swung your swords just now, you might have landed a strike. Probably. Shuriken. Fluff.
Now let us be the ones who get serious. Saino Hosoku! Kosaino Hosoku! Finally, we get to the hard part.
Think we can pull it off?
My analysis indicates we can.
We have to. It's necessary to complete the sequence.
I know. Let's go.
Saigo no Bunsho, Tangent Hosoku.
Now do you admit it's time to use it, Yuji? Yes, Koichi. I think now's the time. Success. You are now both completely paralyzed. Now, observe our special take on our village's secret technique. Koichi, must you act like a little kid? Hey, I'm older. Not so anyone else would notice. Well, anyway, now prepare to face our ultimate jutsu. Izureka Karahan, Tohoka Karahan.
Kowareta sunadoke o toshite jikan no nagare no suna. Bokutachi no sekai no subete ga hanarete kyasu to shitemasu.
Ima. Kuro kaze, toshiroi umi. Katsugo seo, mugen no arashi. We can still fight. Ready yourselves.
What's this? It's like they're completely different now.
It's like they're the same person. Faster, too. How the fractal are we supposed to defeat them? Synchronization! That's their strength, but it's also their weakness. If we can take one out, the other won't be able to fight.
We'll hide and flank them before attacking, but not at the same time. Help the person distracted.
You won't be able to pull off that attack again. Yuji!
It's no use. My line-formulated ropes are indestructible.
There's nowhere to go. Will you surrender?
Fine. No!
Beware of Jinsei. He is not what he seems.
What was that all about?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'll find an answer in here.
Perhaps. Try page 394. I knew there was a reason we brought that textbook with us.
It's useful until it wears off. What happens in this room is as mysterious as the X in an unsolved equation.
Very useful indeed. Beware of Jinsei. He's certainly a formidable opponent, but why would she have bothered to tell us that?
It is strange, Hotaka. He is not what he seems. What else could it be, a parabola?
Unlikely. He seems to be a linear function, mostly.
Maybe she means to warn us that he's unstable.
Maybe. But Toshiko, it's not very effective to worry about that now. We've still got one more battle between us and the finals.
Indeed.
That match was harder than I thought it would be.
Or maybe the master's right and we're just not as good as we thought we were.
That could be true, but maybe we should just train more. Here, hold this. After all, it could just be that we've never fought a ninja of this caliber before. Ah, here it is.
Why do you even have this stuff?
It's important. It seems that there's a bit of time between now and our next match. Enough time for us to train.
Important? Yes, I suppose we should. Remember that wood we passed through on the way here? That looked like a good spot.
Indeed. We should leave as soon as possible.
Let's.
Excuse me.
Yes?
My partner and I would like to leave the stadium and train for a short while.
Is there adequate time before your next match?
Yes, there is.
May I please have your team name to confirm this information and make note of your departure?
Certainly. It's Math Ninjas.
One moment, please. The time gap is acceptable. Where do you intend to go?
There's a small forest north of here.
That is acceptable. When do you intend to return?
In 3 days' time.
Very well. We look forward to seeing you when you return.
Karasu? Karasu, are you...
Jinsei, I'm sorry. My foot slipped.
Karasu, please, don't talk.
It's okay. I don't think it matters anymore.
Karasu.
I still remember, you know, the day we met.
It wasn't, and today shouldn't be either. Karasu, please.
Jinsei, don't worry. It doesn't hurt that much. I think I'm cold. I don't feel my legs.
It's going to be all right, Karasu.
Don't let this drag you down, okay? Keep on fighting. Because I...
Karasu! Karasu!
Is that the sum of your skills, Toshiko?
Don't flatter yourself. Your aim is like a scalar function. It has no direction, only magnitude.
Huh. You just say that because you're afraid to fight me hand to hand.
Oh, seems to me you're the one afraid. Why don't we cut to the chase and fight it out on the ground? The probability of the branches breaking is rising quite steadily.
It's true. There's a sharp slope in the probability curve coming up. Well then, to the ground. Draw. We should get out of here soon.
Let's.
What happened here?
There's been an accident.
An accident?
Yes, a very tragic one. Murasaki Karasu has died.
What?
It was an accident and nobody is to blame. A portion of the stage she was fighting on malfunctioned.
How could something like this happen? The probability...
No matter how much you plan, something may go wrong.
By now, I'm sure you've all heard about the tragic accident that happened yesterday. Our hostess is very upset over this, and she would like to speak to you herself.
Greetings. I would like to extend my heartfelt apologies for the incident yesterday. It seems that those that monitor the connections were less than intent on their jobs. I assure you that no such thing will ever happen again. Those that were responsible have been removed from their positions and replaced with those more capable. Again, I apologize for this unforgivable mistake. However, I am aware that apologizing cannot make up for what has been done. Words cannot bring back lives, no matter how much we may try.
So, what are you going to do now?
I'm going to keep fighting. That is, if that's allowed.
Hold on a second. 冷たい様、人生が一人で戦いを続きたいと言っています。はい、伝えておきます。ありがとうございます。Are you certain you want to do this? The battles will be very difficult.
Do I have a choice? Karasu, it was her dream to win this tournament. I can't just give up on her like that.
It is now 9 p.m. curfew is in effect in 15 minutes.
Jinsei, stay there for a minute. We need to discuss logistics.
The stage's security features have been double and triple checked. There shall be no more malfunctions.
Oh!
This is really cold!
I'm not cold.
Should have won.
Why are they just standing there?
Beats me.
But I doubt they're discussing common cause.
Yes.
Shuriken, paper.
Five pi over 12 radians from our current position. Illusions.
I didn't think they'd fall for it. Hey, Sakana down?
No, my sexy girlfriend. We didn't even have to do anything.
No, it was the state. Censored. Remember?
Enough talk. Let's go.
Are you ready to face my succulent nipples?
Yes?
Excellent. You're a more complicated woman than you look. I like that.
That was my substitution technique. Iki-san ni yoru kaimei no jutsu.
Oh, that's nice.
I really like your style. It's really sweet.
Sweet? You think it's sweet?
Sure I do. In fact, it reminds me of my little friend here. Kusui Bakura.
Honestly, you've got to stop being so perverted.
Looks like it's time for my secret technique. Hentai no Jutsu.
Cannot be insane.
Coordinate no henken no jutsu.
Oh, they got away.
Don't worry, we'll get them, sweetie pie.
We've escaped them. For now.
Yes. What can be their ultimate weakness?
I don't know.
Well, they do seem to have quite a relationship with each other.
Yeah?
But they're not like the Saito twins in which they rely on each other to be effective fighters.
They can fight alone, and that's true. They're not extremely good at ranged combat, but that's not enough of a weakness to exploit.
There's got to be something.
Wait, they're not twins.
Yes, I kind of noticed that.
They're not two of a kind. They're in an actual relationship.
And what does this have to do with anything?
What if
We told them individually that we found out that they weren't being entirely faithful with each other.
Fractals, that's brilliant!
There's a 93.4% chance of their techniques being interrupted.
Right, let's do this then.
Right.
There they are.
You know.
When I was holding the camera, the heat and the flames are just going out. What were you thinking?
What were you thinking? I've been nothing but good to you.
Good? I can't even walk across the room without tripping over some of your laundry.
At least I don't take 5-hour showers.
I have more hair than you. I put up with your flirting, don't I?
It's not my fault the ladies find me so delicious.
Now.
Next time I have one of these 5-hour-long showers, you're not invited. This is all your fault.
No, I'm afraid you're to blame. If you'd never gone out with that guy, we wouldn't have been crushed.
What? I never went out with anyone. And I thought you went out with some other girl.
No, I didn't.
Ooh, those math ninjas outsmarted us.
Clever. Exceedingly clever.
You know, being under this pile of numbers really shows off your sexiness.
Let's make out.
I am pleased to present the West Bracket finalists, Math Ninjas Hasoke Hodaka and Reiki Sotoshiko. The finalists from the East Bracket, Kagaku District's Kurayama Jinsei.
Yay!
Well, it seems that our finalists have gathered. I'd like to congratulate you three, and someone else would like to as well.
Good day to all of you. It seems as though it was only yesterday that the idea of this tournament came to full bloom in my mind, yet here are the finalists standing before me. Congratulations to the three of you for doing so well in the face of adversity and showing me the pure grace of talented fighters. You've done very well, and I look forward to seeing your match. Good luck and farewell.
The final match will be held at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 days from now. Please spend this time resting and honing your techniques.
So you are to be my opponents?
It seems that way.
I couldn't have hoped for a better final match than to fight such skilled ninja as yourselves.
Yes, from what we've seen of your fighting, you are also incredibly talented.
Fighting you will be both a challenge and an education. Your techniques are unlike any we've ever seen before.
I suppose they would be. Kagaku District is very self-contained.
We have that in common then. Our village is pretty secluded too.
It seems so. May the best ninja win.
We intend
to.
So do I.
This is the final match. Jinsei is incredibly skilled, so it would be wise not to underestimate him. Although he fights without a partner, he has proven himself more than capable of defeating strong pairs.
At long last, the time has come. I've been waiting for this, you know, the chance to face you on the battlefield. And all it took was a little bit of blood.
Blood? What do you mean?
Oh, don't worry about that. You'll figure it out soon. Ha! You're more skilled than you look. Finally a chance to go all out.
He's trying to kill us.
No, really?
That's chemistry style.
Yoshi Bunri no Jutsu. She said you were supposed to be strong. What a disappointment.
She?
I thought you might be able to give me trouble, but you're weak. Just like Karasu.
What?
Jinsei, how could you?
She was a useful tool. I couldn't enter the tournament without a partner, not without raising suspicions at least. And it was so easy to get rid of her when she'd served her purpose, too. I didn't even have to get my hands dirty.
Those shuriken fly around the shape of a Mobius strip. Among my arsenal of shuriken, these are special in that they will continue to attack without end until their target has comprehended their geometry.
Heh, shouldn't you know that being a good chemist relies on a basic understanding of math? Denji Tenso no Jutsu. I missed. You're just lucky it didn't cut you any lower. Enough of this. Juisei Yoshimaku no Jutsu. Ha! I've realized that all of your attacks, ranging from 0 to infinity in value, are always in the positive case. Therefore, I have designed a technique to ward off any of them with its like charge. Just try to hit me now. What are you doing? All of your positive attacks are useless against my shield.
You are a mistake.
You're right that the quadratic formula has a positive case.
However, you fail to notice that it also possesses a negative case.
What? No! What? How is this even possible?
Shut up.
Why did you do this, Jinsei?
That's for me to know, and you to find out. Eventually, of course. But she's far more powerful.
Who is she?
As if I would tell you that. Well, aren't you going to kill me?
No. I'd at least like to think that our morals have a higher amplitude than yours.
Besides, I think that Karasu's village deserves that particular honor.
He won't be needing this anymore.
May I please see all your force band weapons? Please proceed along this path. Your prize awaits you at the end, but do take time to enjoy the scenery.
So, we won.
Yeah.
Never thought that Jinsei would.
Neither did I. I thought we were better judges of people than that. Still, at least we've won. We can go back to the village with the healing elixir.
That we can. It was different from how I thought it would be. The tournament.
No, I never expected anyone to die.
It was supposed to be a game, a test of skill.
Then this happened, but... What can we do about it? We've won. Let's just go home and leave this behind us.
Yes, of course.
Ah, you are the very first champions. Well done. I had high hopes for you from the beginning.
Thank you.
You have succeeded in showing me and the world that you are the most graceful of all the fighters who entered. Now you are famous.
We didn't do it for the fame.
Oh? If you forgive my asking, what did you enter for?
Our village is stricken by some sort of plague.
As far as we can tell, it only affects children.
We entered the tournament to win the elixir in hopes of finding a cure.
Ah, I see. How tragic. Well, you have won and may rightfully claim your prize. But I must admit to some curiosity about your techniques. They seemed familiar.
Familiar? I can't think that you'd have seen more from our village around here. We really don't leave often.
Oh, I apologize. I did not mean that I had seen their like before, merely that they reminded me of a story I heard once.
Oh? What kind of story?
Are you interested in hearing it? My ancestors have passed it down for a very long time.
Yes, actually.
Very well then. Please, take a seat. happened a very long time ago when the clans of geisha were separated. Some clans spoke to each other and shared their techniques. Others didn't. One of these clans used math in ways that others thought it wasn't even possible. It was the source of all of their arts. Though they were petitioned many times, they would not allow others to learn their secrets. Many clans thought them to be quite arrogant and took offense to this. One clan took it too far. They attacked the aloof geisha, sending every last one of them to the next world. I apologize. I dislike death, and even speaking of it makes me feel uneasy. The mountain home of these geisha was burned to the ground, and their secrets were lost forever. Still, there are a few strange things about this tale.
Like what?
In the ruins, supposedly there was not even a trace of the books they had composed from. Neither were the bodies of their children ever found. I can only hope that some of them escaped.
There's been a very similar story passed down in our village.
Perhaps there's a connection? We don't know where our techniques originally came from, but...
Oh? Perhaps some of the children survived them.
Perhaps they did.
However, given that their descendants are sitting right in front of me, I shouldn't be surprised. I must admit, I did not expect you to defeat Jinsei. He is, or was rather, the best.
But we didn't kill him.
Ah, no. Unfortunate. But don't worry. The toxin will take care of that.
Toxin?
Yes. Distilled from the very heart of a rare flower, it is as elegant and unstoppable as a tsunami. A single drop will fell a child, 2 for an adult. A close cousin to that of the most deadly poisons, Cantarella.
Cantarella?
Ah, how unfortunate. I would have hoped you had heard of it. You see, the effect of Cantarella is that one sleeps as if dead for a mere 4 hours. However, this particular cousin to it causes merely an endless sleep.
So you're the one causing the sickness.
Of course. After our assassins foolishly let the children escape, we have been searching for their descendants. We discovered the location of your village about 2 years ago. However, the textbooks were far too well guarded.
So you poisoned the children of our village?
Of course. It was the only way to lure some of you away, perhaps carrying one of the sacred texts with you.
That's inhuman!
The same goes for the death of that girl, Karasu. It was purely a matter of practicality. She would have served no further purpose.
You were behind that too?
Of course. Do you really think I could leave such a delicate operation in the hands of a cretin such as Jinsei? He has served his purposes well. Now, give me the textbooks and perhaps I will allow you to escape with your lives.
We'll never give you the textbooks.
Never.
Is that so? How unfortunate. I suppose I'll simply have to force you to give them to me.
Now, while I have her cornered.
You think you've captured me? Surprised? I thought you would have realized by now. Your attacks cannot harm me. The pure beauty and grace of my dance surpasses that of your mathematical arts to such a point where they cannot affect me. Now, I do believe it is my turn to attack.
Coordinator no Henken no Jutsu.
Like all dogs, you only know a few tricks. Found you.
She's right. What can we do?
I will no longer allow you to perform any of your annoying combo attacks. Now, feast your eyes on my ultimate death trap. Seiteru bara no hana no ayo. Lotus Blade.
Toshiko!
Where is it? Where is the book?
I'll never tell you.
One more step and I'll impale all of her vital organs. Now tell me.
Fine. They're in our bags.
Good girl. I knew you'd come through in the end.
It's not like you could use them anyways.
What?
Because you don't know the difference between 0 and 1.
Oh, do tell. My arm is getting quite tired.
Why should I?
Because if you fail to, I will kill both you and your boyfriend.
1 is easy. We are tiny bits of 1. The light that you see, the fan that you hold, the blood that is staining your kimono. All is a fragment of infinity. Of 1. All of our art strive towards this perfect 1. Even the largest number you can conceive is so small compared to what it must be. Perfection is 1. 1 is infinity.
Interesting. 1 is everything and perfection. 0 is nothing and therefore the absence of perfection. Thank you. You have served your purpose.
No! Not so fast. Have you ever really thought about 0?
It's merely nothing.
And you've never thought about nothing, have you? 0. We cannot name it. Or even see it. Unless we look beyond what there is to what there isn't. Negatives are easy. They're just holes in the world, but to comprehend 0 would drive someone mad.
Then why are you telling me about it?
We strive towards 0 just as we search for 1, occupying a small fragment of the spectrum, searching for ends that we cannot see. A black hole has no depth, but it goes on for infinity. 1. It has no conceptions, no hunger, nothing but 0. To divide the 1 by the 0, can you comprehend it? To divide all there is by all there isn't. How many times can nothing go into infinity?
You speak nonsense.
Do I now? Then let me shorten it for you. The conditions for the most secret and powerful of our arts have been fulfilled. A positive, a negative, an absence, an existence, the 1, and a soon-to-be 0. To divide the universe by a black hole. To divide by 0! No!
Impossible. How could I have been defeated? Don't think you've won yet. I still...
Hotaka, it had to happen. If we hadn't killed her, she would have killed us.
Killing isn't something to be proud of, even if it is in self-defense.
I know. And Hotaka?
What?
Thank you.
We should get that healed.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. When did you get so good at that?
I've been practicing.
That's not all you've been practicing. How did you cut her cords?
I prepared my acute angle jutsu while I was running. Now, that technique won't last forever, so...
Right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Sails engaged. Commencing Operation Aurora. Have a nice day.
The possibility of the gas being toxic is at least 99%.
Any other possibility?
It could be an air freshener. I said it was only a 1% chance! You're a god.
At least until that gas gets to us. Why are you still here?
What? I'm here to save you. The gas won't kill you. At least not for a while.
That's encouraging. Wait, why are we going down?
Utilities tunnels. The main hallways are locked down right now.
We need to get something from our room.
Can't you just get new weapons?
It's not our weapons we're worried about. We have something irreplaceable there.
Well, I suppose if it's really irreplaceable.
It is.
We can get to your rooms through the tunnels. There's less gas down there anyways. What happened? Mine's only supposed to engage the failsafe if... You didn't.
Samantha and Natsumi is dead.
She poisoned the children of our village with a drug that made them sleep forever.
She also attacked us.
Poisoned? With Malefiore?
Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's also what's pumping through the air vents right now. So I suggest we get moving. We'll have to take the stairs. The elevator won't go to the main level right now. Why not? Oh my, override 1008. I thought as much. Don't worry, I'll get us out of here. My, initiate Operation Jin. Let's go. I suppose you'd like an explanation.
That would be nice.
I don't know how much I told you, but you've probably figured out this tournament is, or was, a trap for you.
It's kind of obvious at this point, yes.
Sumatai wanted your math textbooks for their power, but apparently she couldn't just steal them from your village. I don't know how many different plans she came up with to take them, but this was the only one that came close to succeeding. I'm sure there were easier methods of obtaining the books, but she would have it no other way. She liked playing games with people, rather like a cat in that respect. But I have to admit that she planned it all well. Even the other teams in the tournament were carefully researched to protect against any eventuality.
How did you manage that in such a short time?
We didn't. The teams were selected ahead of time for talent level and other factors. They were all easy enough that you'd win, but difficult enough that you wouldn't realize it was a setup. Jinsei was an exception to that rule. He was supposedly good enough to beat you. Supposedly.
He nearly succeeded.
Good. He was expensive. As for me, I was only in it for the money. I didn't subscribe to Tsumatai's theories. I was only in it for the job. She offered me easy work for a rather large salary, as well as a big bonus at the end of the tournament. It seemed too good to be true, and it was. It was only after I'd been working with her for a while that she told me what her real goal is, and, well, I stayed because I didn't think that she'd let me go easily now that I knew.
What was her real intention? The way she was talking earlier, it seems like it wasn't just for the textbooks.
World domination. Do you remember the clone servants? You never saw the same one twice. She was building an army, and she intended to train them all with the arts found in your textbooks. They would be unstoppable. With Jinsei's expertise and Tsumatai's strategies, combined with your mathematical techniques, nothing could stand against them. It would take less than a year for her to crush all opposition and impose her new social order, one with her at the top.
What about the healing elixir?
It never existed.
And this whole thing was for nothing?
No, not at all. There may be no healing elixir, but there's an antidote to the Malefiore. Here.
But we can't.
There are people here that need it. They weren't involved.
Don't worry about that. I know where there's more.
Then we'll take it. Thank you.
Well, I suppose you need to hurry home then.
Wait.
What is it?
What are you going to do?
Me? I'm going to run this tournament the way it was meant to be run. Come back next year. But I warn you, the competition will be much harder.
As long as you promise that no one's going to try and kill us.
That really does put a damper on the whole tournament after all.
I promise. I'll see you next year then. Mata ne?